Tradesight Stocks and Futures Market Preview for Tuesday, August 6th. Charts brought to you by eSignal 11. As usual, I'm going to keep this pretty short this week. Rich is out. I'm filling in for him here. There wasn't much to talk about today. The market had put in one of its narrowest, flattest, lightest volume days of the year, closing out at only 1.3 billion NASDAQ shares for the regular close, and we had only 320 million shares on the NASDAQ traded after the first hour's play. There's only about 2 other days this year that have come close to being that light. I think there's a couple things probably going on. First of all, here's a look at the S&P daily chart, and when I extend this out, we're getting near a potential 13 sell signal, and as I point out this weekend, we're still trapped under this uptrend line that we retested. So we're definitely at an area of the market. If you're not going to get back above that line soon, the roll's going to occur, right? And we're going to get a sell signal on top of it here in the next couple of days potentially. So I don't think there's a lot that the market has to look. There's not a lot of certainty right here in the market. The other thing that happened, obviously, over the weekend was the week-long, at least what it looks like so far, week-long global terror threat alert. And I think the market probably gets a little spooked by that and slows things down a little bit more, just everybody wondering if something's about to happen. So we ended up with one of the deadest days I can remember. Had a real hard time finding any real picks to post, and it was really horrible. I'll show you the intraday futures action in a moment. Let's take a look at some of the other indices really quick. Here's the NDX, which again had a 13 sell signal back on Friday, put in an inside day today as well. Not much to view there. Here's the SOX, drifted very much just sideways today. So not a lot of excitement out of any of these. Now here's the crude oil futures, 106.42. We are, of course, in the summer months. This is where oil prices tend to rise, and partially because of the heat, partially because of fears of hurricanes and any supply chain issues. You can see the real nice breakout that oil had here. Look at this nice inverted head and shoulders formation, long base from February all the way till June, and then a classic breakout ran from 98 to 108. Pretty clean move there. So, from an oil perspective, obviously, probably can see those prices settle back down in September, October if we don't end up with any supply problems. Let's take a look at the intraday futures trading action that we saw. This is the ES. Here's Friday's close right up here, gapped down just a couple points. Now keep in mind, here's the high today, 1705. Here's the low, basically 1699. It's only 6 points of range on the S&P. That's about as poor as you can get. So we did gap down. We had a little lower for a couple ticks, came back up, exactly filled the gap, and that had already established the entire range for the day. This was just a horrible last 2 hours. In a 2-point range. Can you believe that? A 2-point range on the ES. It's just absolutely startling and really put the kibosh on anything we wanted to do from a trading perspective for the session. Take you through a couple of the key stocks we like to trade. Apple had a big day, was up, but keep in mind Apple now is 9 bars up on the daily chart. It also has a Seeker 13 sell signal on the 30-minute chart and a Comer 13 sell signal on the 15-minute chart. So a lot of signs of selling signals in Apple as it makes a new recent high on a breakout. Be aware of that. Here's Amazon. Nothing new here. Held its ground. Here's Google. Also held its ground just over that 900 level. And here's Netflix, which had a decently positive day in the markets. Let's take a look just for tomorrow. We'll do this intraday stuff this week. We had ISM services this morning. Consensus was 53.2. Number came in strong at 56. That's a good beat there. Tomorrow morning we have trade balance, which is a big number usually for the markets. So we've got 43.4 expected negative $1 billion, and see if that causes a gap in any excitement. Obviously, we came into the week expecting Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to be the more exciting days of the week. So the question becomes, are we really going to be hampered by this global terror alert? Or can we get some more volume back in the market and get to work on Tuesday? We will be here in the lab as usual, calling it as we see it. Have a good night.